sure. Okay, wasn't sure if we'd have enough signal or not. We do. Okay. Hey friends. We are on a job today, doing something really different, and we have had a few clients ask us about this treatment, and so I thought I would come on and show you. Lighting's not great. I didn't bring lighting, but I did throw in a tripod just in case it was going well. We're early on, but we got this. So I knew we did, but we're using a product that I've never used before. So I'm gonna be all over the place because I'm kind of excited. I am already, I can feel it. I'm just like all over the place. Hi guys, my name is Tammy Neff. Let's start with that. You're on my page called Tammy Loves, and I bring you all of the things that I love, and in my life, we do so many things, so you never know on this page. Hi Shayla, you never know on this page what you're gonna be seeing, but today we are trying our hand at actual German Schmeer. Now, there's a lot of, I did some research on this because typically when we do it, hi Tammy, oh thanks, oh, you're so sweet, thanks Tammy. Yeah, I'm trying to crawl out of my little hole here. But anyway, we're on a job, and I don't always bring you guys our jobs because like we've got one going in Zanesville. There's plain painting some walls. That's not exciting. And we're doing one in Dresden. That's not exciting for anyone except maybe the girls that are working to have a paycheck and for the homeowner to get a change. But for you guys, you know what a painted wall looks like. So it's not very much fun. Hi, Kim. So anyway, today we got the opportunity to do these bricks. Typically, my bricks are really textured. Let me bring you in and show you how smooth. I've never seen bricks like this before, to be honest with you. See how smooth they are? There. See how smooth they are? I was worried that my typical, what I concoct, I have like a recipe, and I typically use that, which is just drywall compound, caulking, and some water. We kind of have a consistency that we like to work with. And I was really worried about the grab on these smooth bricks. So in other research, I think a true German Schmear is done with mortar. So that was my nervousness this morning. I do too, Tammy. So that was my nervousness, is that I've never worked with mortar. I've never mixed mortar. I don't know anything about mortar, but give us what are we, 10 minutes in and we're rocking and rolling, and mortar's nothing to be scared of. I was scared like all weekend, nervous, like studying, learning. So there were so many ways that everyone does this. So I don't know how to find the official true way, other than using the mortar is really the true way. It's gonna be your toughest. You can take this outside. I watched a couple of guys that have a house outside that actually did this treatment on their brick house on the outside, and it was really cool. And he said because that way it would hold up to all weather, and they would, they didn't have to paint it. They really wanted a different look. So that was pretty interesting and made me feel like that should really be durable on these flat bricks. So I mixed my mortar, and honestly, the best way, I'll show you that, maybe I'll show you that in a minute, but I'll try to show you here. But you just scoop it out, you get white mortar mix, and that's your consistency. If it's too thin, I feel like you can see through it, which is fine. But it was wanting to sag. You can't tell, but it's what, you know what sagging looks like, and it's wanting to kind of hang out of some of the mortar marks. So we had one company. I'm giving you a different option. So you guys want to try it, you can try it. One company or one place online said to take your mortar and use your finger. One lady used a brush, and you put it in all of the grout lines first. My thinking is I'm going to cover a lot of the grout lines anyway, so we were going to go in and do that last where it needed to be, rather than taking all of that time. Another one said to use a, what was she using? I don't remember what she was. It wasn't a brush, maybe a small trowel, but she was putting it in all of the joints really heavily and then scraping them like that. So there's ways. Another lady painted them. Another lady painted and glazed, like mixed paint with her glaze and painted the bricks first to tone down the red, and then did this troweling. I like the contrast. I like that dark red showing through, which in case I forget to get back and tell you, mine's gonna be wet for a while. So you can take a wire brush and break that down and ship it out and get back to your brick if you get too much coverage, because it's kind of fun to smear and smear. So, or schmear and schmear. It really is schmear, you guys. So some people will say smear, but you are smearing, and I get why they say that because everyone was doing it differently. But for me, stick some on your trowel and watch. This is all you do. I'm just skipping over the bricks, okay, like that, and building it up, dipping into my bucket. I didn't even use a mixer. I just used a 5-gallon stir stick. So ask them if you're, if you go to Lowe's to get your mortar mix, you want white mortar mix. And then tell them that you want a 5-gallon stir stick at the paint department. Okay, so once you get it on there, what we were doing was using our finger and using the goo that's here and just grabbing it from wherever and working in all of the grout lines. See how it's building up, and that's fine. And this was the easiest. So we've been messing. We've got the whole side over there just about done. So we've really been messing around over there, trying to figure out our system. And this is the best way we have found it. So you can be messy. So the one thing you want to do is cover all of your grout lines. That's, I think, probably maybe the most important, and maybe that's the schmear part. I don't know. For me, that's our only schmearing we're doing, isn't it? Really, is the rubbing and smearing the stuff in the grout lines. So do that, get your grout lines covered. Then we went back with our trowel and smoothed it down, okay, so that you didn't have all those finger marks. You were playing with it, okay. Keep my knife clean here. Then what I like to do, because when I stood back and was washing out something from messing around with this, where's my drill on that one? Boy, that's a big one there. What we found was it was just looking like white brick. Now, I think a true German Schmear as well needs to be like plaster, and your bricks are crumbling out of it. So see right here, I can see it in the camera. You can see every brick mark, okay? That's fine. And some people they want it that way, and there's nothing wrong with that. We've done our schmear here with the with the grout, so you can tell someone you did it and you made it this way. What I was finding that I liked, and we put plastic down, you guys, it is messy, but what I was finding that we liked was to go back in with just a little bit and add it, drag it over so that some of the grout lines were getting filled in, okay? And the flatter, like you can do it with this, but this is better. This compared to this, see? This lets you like almost stamp in it and give you a lot of texture. Can you tell? I'm not sure you can tell. Oh, my hands are covered. Let me get you up here really good at close, where you can, oh, my tripod's hitting the bucket. Okay, so yeah, now you can really see. So the flatness of this is awesome. Now these are stainless steel, so they don't get rusty. You can get cheaper ones. And that, oh, whoops, I'm out of camera. Okay, so let's do another little thing. I know there's a handful of you, and I could name names that are really, really curious about this. So that's why I kind of wanted to do this for you guys. So I'm troweling it on. It's just mortar mix. It's a consistency of, what would you say? Pudding. Thicker than pudding. Thicker than tapioca pudding? Let's get to really technical in here. I don't know what it's a consistency of, but it just doesn't drip. It drips slowly when you hold your trowel off, okay? So there's that much. Oh, people are talking to me, I think. Maybe they're just signing in to watch, but I'm gonna keep working here. So I'm doing all of my grout lines with my finger. So you guys, oh, you can't see that one, but I'm gonna go ahead and finish it out. And then, oh, there's one in there. So I'm just smearing it in to get it in the grout. And then, I gotta find my grout line. Where is it? There it is. Some of them are hard to find. There it is. There it is. Okay, there's one. Gotta be one right there. There's one. Get on the edge. Yeah, so for us, this is definitely the schmear part. Definitely. And we're just wearing regular gloves. Somebody said you had to use these special like chemical whatever gloves. And you know what? We're using medical gloves from Walmart in the medicine department and they're working just fine. These are our typical gloves that we keep a box of. You guys know me and follow me. You know I mix my hamburger with that, with my gloves, and I keep a box at home. So I hate getting raw hamburger meat up in my fingernails. So I use gloves. It's not that I'm a princess, I promise, but I do kind of like that. I like that. Okay, so then I'm going back and I'm trying to make it messy. Consistently inconsistent. He wants a little bit of the red brick to show, not a ton. Okay? So in my corner I'm leaving, like the whole corner is showing. There, that's better. Yeah, you can see it. You can see it. So you guys, that is my way of doing it. Trial it on. You want to watch another one? You guys want to see? I can't touch my phone. I'm a mess. I do have a little thing here. I'll push you down and we'll do another little section. I'll look at your answers when we're all done. It might be later today, or not your answers, your questions. And I'll answer everybody later, okay? I'm gonna keep on rocking here. So, you loving it? Okay, good. I'll take them over and show them. All right, so I'm just troweling it on here. Again, I'm using the flat trowel. This one is stainless steel. That's why it's always shiny and pretty, see? I'm using oh shoot, I just tripped on my shoe. I'm using just what do you call that? A spackle blade, I guess, to put it on my trowel with. I'm not dipping the trowel down in. And then the reason, see if you just smooth it, see how you can see my brick lines here and no brick lines here? When you're adding it in, if you don't go back and do your mortar lines, they'll just look mudded in, and that's not good. Oh man, I'm getting messy now. Okay. So, and see how if I angle it, like this is flat, like see, it's flat. See that? If I go like this a little bit, I can make it perfectly smooth. I don't really want that, so I'm leaving it flat so that it hit, and see that? Look at that. Can you guys see? I'm not sure you guys can tell, but it really, really leaves a great texture. Then I go back, even though I got it great now, I go back and I do all of my parallel lines like this. And don't worry about those big globs. I'm going to fix them. Kind of want that a little bit. I can use that in my next thing. Okay. I was so afraid of this mortar, you guys. And really, it's just like extra gritty drywall compound, and you control how much you mix. I can't tell you what my mixture was. I was just dumping. I dumped some in a bucket, about 1/4 of a bag of mortar mix, and then I probably put a quart of water in it, maybe. And we started, it was a little too wet. When we did it, it felt like you could see through it. So I added a little bit more dry. So if it's too soupy, don't panic. Just add more dry and keep stirring it in. You'll be fine. Okay, so now I need to find, where did I stop? There's none there. There's half of one there. Oh, those are the ones I already did. Okay. So there's those. So this one should be right there. Right there. You can't find them. Okay, there's one. It's got to be one. There's one. There's one. Oh, that's not one. What you looking at? Just trying to see what it looks like. Looks good, right? Mm-hmm. Okay. Oops. And so I'm just getting rid of this that's on my fingers. Okay. So then I trowel the lumpy stuff back, and then I'm going to add some more in, just because from a distance I don't want to see exact brick pattern. I want to see it a little broken up. I want that grid to be a little broken up. That's a little too much brick right there, okay? Then once it's all dry, that's a little flat too. So look what I do where I've got it flat. Just go in and press your flat thing in and look at that. That's why you need a flat one. You can just make it be messy, okay? So once we're all done, I'm gonna stop. Once we're all done, okay. Okay, there we are. Once we're all done and it's dry, we'll go back with a sanding sponge, just a medium grit or a fine grit, doesn't matter. You could use a coarse, whatever you got. And just, really you could go back with your spatula even, with just this clean and dry, and just break off anything that's sharp. We're not sanding it smooth, we just wanna knock off anything that'll cut you if you lean against it. You know, we just want it, we still want it textured, we just need it to be not to where it's gonna hurt you. So anyway, then I think we're gonna glaze this one out. He wants it a little antique-y, old looking. So it may be tomorrow before we can get to that part. It doesn't seem to be drying as quickly as I thought it would. Yeah, it's not drying as quickly as I thought. So it's probably going to be tomorrow when we come back and do the glaze work. We'll just we'll sand it a little bit, then and I mean just like whoosh, 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 done sanding, like that. No, I don't mean work on it and sand it off. I mean just wipe it to knock off the sharp points. Then we're going to rub a glaze over it here and there, more coverage than not. I would say we want to leave some white, but randomly glaze it, and then I'm gonna try adding a darker brown here and there with the spray bottle and make it drip. I've done this years ago when we stamp our own bricks onto a wall and we make a drywall wall look like bricks. And then we use like a shopping bag, and a ripped shopping bag, and then we mortar around that with my drywall compound, and then we pull it off. I age it. I learned this in a class up in Michigan years ago. Gosh, I wish Robin was her name. Robin Bastille, what was her name? Oh, and I can't remember the name of her place. Boy, I wish I could, because she was awesome. But she taught us how to do that, and it really was a neat technique. I haven't done it in years, so I need to find somebody that needs it done so I can show you guys how to do it if you don't have bricks on your wall. The other thing people are doing is going to Lowe's and buying sheets of fake brick, and then adhering them to the walls, and then doing this over that, and it makes it look like they have a brick wall. So if you want a brick wall inexpensively, that's the way to go. So anyway, I hopefully told you, I tell them everything I wanted to tell them? Okay, so yeah, so tomorrow will be another day, and I'll take pictures as we go. Jessica has a spot over here all done. You don't know? Oh, it's done. Oh yeah, it looks fabulous. Let's see. So let me come way back here. I'm working around a shot there. Working around a shot vac and ladders, but there you go. So clear up to the top. Everything is taped off, and then all the way down. That is exactly the look that we are looking for. So again, there's lots of German Schmeer techniques. Just find the one that's for you. But and feel free to message me, like if you're like, I was all last week worried about this, using mortar, text me, DM me, whatever, and I'll talk to you about it. I'll ease your mind, I promise. So I don't even have a finger I could touch the phone. So I'm gonna go, and I'll keep working here. It's so great to see you all on here, and any questions, either post them here or message me. Thanks, bye.